Trooper Krause, you doing okay?
I'm doing good. You?
Doing pretty good. You look like you got your iPhone there. You're standing at attention. You may be sitting down. I can't tell.
I'm sitting down. I'm in a. It's my day off, so I'm at the house.
I don't blame you.
I went to get out in my car, but my battery is dead. I guess I left something on.
On the state car?
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to have a lot of people on here today.
I was going to sit out in my car last night, this morning, but it's just too cold out there. No, not any heat.
No, I don't blame you. I'm here at the office. That's where I usually do my meetings. Glad when we can start back to regular court myself.
Yeah, me too.
I do like this better than going to court and having to wear a mask, though. I couldn't stand that.
Yeah, I'm not big on the mask either.
Yeah. Well, it's time to start.
You didn't hear anything, did you?
Nope.
They knew what I said. True story. Judge showing on there.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Trooper Cross.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I've been on Skype in Metcalfe County, so I just got on here. Have they started, or do you know? You're the only one I see, so I didn't know
We've
if
not
I'm in the right
started
spot
yet.
or not. Oh, okay. Jesse said, there you go.
Yeah, we've not started yet.
All right. I was just seeing the trooper. I wouldn't see anything else, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we tried to go ahead and revoke your guy before court, but we couldn't do it.
Yeah. That's all right.
Hey, Greg, you and Josh.
Yeah.
On Danielle Parr and Joseph Strode, if they both want to stay in jail and go to long-term rehab, we're in agreement until they get sent. Not, I'm gonna move to revoke both of them. Did you hear that, Josh?
Yeah, I heard it.
I know that's what Mr. Strode wanted, but I don't know about Miss Parr. I was gonna treat them both the same if she wants that agreement, a deal.
She hasn't mentioned anything to me about wanting to go to long-term treatment, but
What she want, a medal and $50, $2,000 stimulus check and go on?
I think she wants to. I mean, she wants to get a fair shake at drug court. I think from what she told me, she never got evaluated. So,
Well, she got evaluated. What Arlen, I've got him prepared to testify today. She got evaluated or assessed, and she never had any stable housing. She couldn't go in.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
correct. That is correct. Yes.
Yeah.
well, she says she's got a stable home placement now. So,
Okay. Well, we'll see. Where, you know where it is?
I think it's her. She's got the address with her. I think it's her uncle's. It's her uncle's house.
Okay. Well, we can try to assess her, and if she's eligible, put her in, and then continue the month.
Okay.
Jesse, you're saying on Strode, you'd want
Yeah,
long-term
that's the one you emailed me on this morning.
Yeah, now I didn't put. He was short. Was the one I'd ask about long-term treatment.
Well, no, not on short. That's the one I responded and said he'd been to SAP-OB twice and completed long-term treatment already.
Yeah.
And he's got a pending felony and a pending misdemeanor, so I'm not going to agree to long-term treatment on him.
Okay, I'm just trying to get it straight here. So Strode's.
But I thought Strode's the one you asked me too about long-term treatment.
No, I just asked if he could get out.
No, negatory. One of the two. He's going to have some kind of treatment, drug court or long-term treatment.
He may be agreeable to drug court. I don't know.
Has he got a stable address?
As far as I know, he does.
Well, that ain't good enough. I mean,
Good morning, everyone. I hate to interrupt such a robust discussion here, but I guess we better start on the docket. Do we have anybody that is going to be a witness, Mr. Commonwealth Attorney, that we need to call?
Well, we've got Trooper Cross is here on Luke Ballard's case, Your Honor. It's first on the docket, and then we've got Cody Ford on a couple of cases.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and call their cases so that they can go back and either rest after their long night's work or get to work again. Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Luke Ballard, 19 CR 0000117. Are you Luke Ballard?
Sir,
Okay, what year is what's the year of your birth?
1966,
Okay, and the last four digits of your social security number.
6416.
Okay, everyone that's not involved in this hearing, will you click your video off so it won't be so confusing when we review the tape if we have to? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. This is a motion to revoke. To revoke bond, yeah.
Yeah.
Who represents Mr. Ballard?
I do, Your Honor, Ron Hampton.
Well, good to see you, Mr. Hampton. Okay, present your case, Mr. Stockton, for revocation.
Your Honor, I would call Trooper Ricky Cross in this case, Your Honor.
Okay, Trooper Cross, will you raise your right hand? You swear the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So,
I do.
okay, state your name and with whom you're employed.
Trooper Ricky Cross. I'm employed with Kentucky State Police. I'm out of Post 15, Columbia, Kentucky.
Okay, proceed, Mr. Circle.
Trooper Cross, did you get a request from somebody from DCBS on January the 3rd to go with them to a residence?
Yes, sir, I did.
And who was that person made that request?
That was social worker Lori Slaughter.
Okay, and had she received a complaint that you were checking out?
Yes, sir, she did.
And tell the court where you went and what happened, please, and about what time of day it was and the date.
Yes, sir. It was January the 3rd of 2021, and I was actually stationed on the Parkway running radar, and it was approximately it was nighttime, so I don't know exactly the time. Right here shows 21:11 hours. So I got a phone call from Lori Slaughter, who is with Monroe County Protection and Permanency. She said that she had got a tip that Luke Ballard had moved back into the residence on Meshack Creek Road.
Okay, let me interrupt you just a second here. I'd ask you, there's a minor child involved, and I just ask you to refer to her as CR, her initials, if that's all right.
That's fine, sir.
Okay.
I completely understand that. But when she told me that Luke had moved back in, and she wanted to know if there was any conditions, so I checked CourtNet. I actually had called you also, but I had checked CourtNet, and CourtNet revealed that he, on his release conditions, that he was not to have any contact with the victim, CR. So I told her that I would be en route, and after we met up, Kentucky State Trooper Alan Shirley, 944, also responded with us.
Okay.
Upon approaching the residence, I noticed two of Luke Ballard's trucks sitting there. I noticed there was lights on in the residence. Also, there was a TV on in the residence. And as we approached the residence, I knocked on the door, and it took a while for somebody to answer. But the victim, CR, actually answered the door, and she stepped out.
And is that a teenage girl?
It is a teenage girl, juvenile. Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
And she stepped out, and I'd asked her, I said, is Luke Ballard here? And she said, yes, he was. She said upon our arrival that Luke and Chesney, that's the victim's mother, Chesney Roten, said that she was told to tell me that Luke was not there.
Okay.
So I knew he was in the residence. I opened the door up and I hollered at him, giving loud verbal commands to come out. Luke exited, looked like a back bedroom off to the left. And I recognized Luke because I do have a case on him. I told Luke, I said, you're not supposed to be here. He admitted that he was not supposed to be there. Went into the residence, helped him get some property so he could leave. And we let him, I could have arrested him right there on the release conditions, but I chose to just contact you and get a warrant for his arrest.
Okay. Now, subsequent to finding Mr. Ballard in there or prior to that, did you have any conversations with the minor child CR about how long Mr. Ballard had been staying there?
Yes, sir, I did. She had told me that he had approximately moved back in sometime in November. She was asked if she was ever left alone with Luke, and she said she was. She said she actually helped Luke move. She said she really didn't feel comfortable being around him, didn't want to be around him, actually, but she didn't know what to do.
Okay. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Hampton, would you like to inquire?
Yes, Your
Ms.
Honor.
Whitney, will you wait just a second? Pre-trial, will you click your camera off? Stay on, but we're having everybody that's not involved in the hearing click their cameras off, okay?
You ready, Judge?
Yeah, go ahead.
Trooper Cross, you said this occurred somewhere around 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Is that right?
I've got 21:11 hours is what I've got on my JC3.
Okay. Do you know how long the child had been there that night? Did y'all have any discussions about that, or for Mr. Ballard? Anybody discuss that with you?
I'm not for sure. If I don't recall that, which Lori Slaughter could have had that conversation. So I can't say that she was there or that, how long she had been there.
All right, Judge, I'm on my phone. I hope I don't cut ourselves off. I'm gonna let it quit ringing here. All right, you're back. Sorry, Trooper. Do you know if the child had also been residing at other homes, that she had at one time at least moved in with her father and maybe was spending part-time with her grandmother?
I think I heard something about that conversation, that he had, I guess, or she had actually been at her father's. I don't know if she lived with him or not. I know her grandmother, she went and stayed with her grandmother, I think some, but still the fact he was not to be at that address.
Right. Now, was it not to be at that address or not to be around CR?
Well, he was not to be around there, and he was supposed to vacate that residence.
Well, I was just looking at have you looked at the bond condition? I think it says not be around CR, but
It does say not to be around CR, but that's CR's residence.
well, I mean, at times it has been, I would agree, but at times it has not been. Is that right? That to your
Well,
knowledge?
that night it was her residence. She was there.
Right. But you don't know.
You cut out on me, sir.
Sorry, you don't know what time she returned to that residence that night.
I do not. I didn't ask her that. I don't know if she returned or she was there, so I can't say that she did return.
All right. And my understanding is after you obtained your warrant, Mr. Ballard when he learned of that, turned himself in. You didn't have to go arrest him.
Well, I did arrest him, but he did turn himself in.
Right. That's all I have with
Mr. Stockton, do you have any redirect?
No redirect, Your Honor.
Okay, may this trooper be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, trooper. You may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah. Do you have any other witnesses, Mr. Stockton?
No, Your Honor. No.
Okay. Mr. Hampton, do you have any witnesses?
Your Honor, I don't have any witnesses. I would just like to make an argument if I could.
Please proceed.
All right, Your Honor, I understand, and Mr. Ballard understands that he's not to be around that child on this particular night. The child had just arrived back at that residence.
But wait just a second. If you want to make that argument, you need to be putting some proof on about that. You're not going to make an argument and testify to. You say she just arrived. I don't know that. That's not in evidence. Okay.
Well, I thought the trooper acknowledged that he thought she'd had that discussion with the social worker.
That wasn't my understanding. He didn't know.
Well, go ahead and make your argument if you predicate it on what you think was heard. Okay. You can do that, but I'm just telling you, don't be testifying. Okay.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor. And in this situation, clearly at that time, I mean, there's no dispute that Luke was there at that residence. So I understand that in and of itself is that violation. This child, as the trooper, I think, did acknowledge or understood that she had been residing with her father during the course of this proceeding, which has been going on for about a year now. Also was living part-time with her mother. Mr. Ballard did have things at that home, as the trooper said. He was not restricted from going from that home. I think the bond is clear about that, just not to be around CR. What I would do is ask Your Honor to hold him in contempt, give him credit for time served, modify his bond to include that specific address. The mother is his girlfriend. That's why he's at that residence, but to specifically include that residence so we don't have a problem, or he doesn't have a problem in the future with the child coming and going and him going in between those particular times. This way it would eliminate that total possibility. And if necessary, if the court believes it's necessary to, put an ankle monitor on him so the court can monitor and make sure he's not at that address. So that's what I'm asking the court to do, as opposed to just revoking his bond. And I would say to his credit, he did turn himself in. And this case has been, this is his first hiccup during this year's worth of time. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Mr. Stockton?
Your Honor, I'm trying to control myself and not say anything that I shouldn't say, but I would say this. What Mr. Ballard and the mother of this child has done is very inappropriate. This child has accused Mr. Ballard of sexual abuse. The mother has moved Mr. Ballard back into the residence as of last November that we know of. The child has been in a position that she didn't know what to do. She's been exposed to Mr. Ballard alone. She has nobody to defend her or take care of her. Cabinet's trying to rectify the problem with the mother in district court, and I hope that comes to a satisfactory conclusion. But Mr. Ballard had one job, to stay out on bond, and his job was to stay away from that child. And if you gave him a pass-fail grade, he failed miserably, and he doesn't deserve to be out on bond. So I'd ask that the court revoke his bond based on his conduct.
Well, I have to go with the testimony I heard, and the testimony I heard was pretty damning in this case. The child related to the trooper, that she'd been left alone with this individual, that she was uncomfortable with that she didn't know what to do, that he'd been there, that he tried to get her to lie. Her mother and this individual had tried to get her to lie to the trooper about whether he was present or not, which shows that the individual, Mr. Ballard, knew that he shouldn't be there because he was trying to get the little child to lie about it. I can't think any worse violation really I've ever seen short of somebody murdering somebody than this. So, Mr. Ballard, you'll stay in jail till you're tried as far as I'm concerned, unless an appellate court lets you out. I'm very disappointed in you. And I'm going to revoke your bond, and you'll remain incarcerated until we can set a jury trial. And Mr. Stockton, when we get where we can set jury trials, since we're in hell without bond.
Do you want to set this for review in March, so maybe we can set a trial in March?
Yeah, I think that would be appropriate, Mr. Hampton, since we're holding him that way to get him the speediest trial possible.
Yeah.
We'll review this thing to possibly set a trial date. We'll review it on March the 18th. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Stockton, you mentioned
Judge,
that
that's
you
all
had,
that I have.
yeah, well, have a great day.
Thank you.
You said that you had some others, that you had an officer waiting.
Yeah,
on.
Officer Cody Ford, Your Honor, he's here on the Jared Lawson case and the match.
Well, let's call Lawson. Are the cases related to each other?
They are not, Your Honor. They're both motions to revoke, but they're unrelated.
Okay, well, let's call Commonwealth versus Jared Lawson, 18 CR 00175, please. Are you Jared Lawson?
Yes,
Okay. What's the year of your birth, Mr. Lawson?
9/26/76,
And the last four digits of your social security number?
2528.
Okay, we're here today on a motion to revoke probation. Is that right, Mr. Stockton?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, could you, you have a witness that you
I
want?
do. Can I give you just a little procedural background? I'll be ready to call my witness.
You sure can.
Your Honor, Mr. Lawson has a 5-year sentence. He pled guilty to trafficking first degree. He had served 180 days in jail, went to long-term treatment. Once he got out, he has new charges in felony charges in Monroe County, and that's the reason I'm calling Mr. Ford as a witness, Officer Ford.
Okay. Officer, you want to raise your right hand? Swear the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, proceed, Mr. Stockton.
Officer Ford, are you employed with Tompkinsville Police Department?
Yes, sir.
And did you go with Ricky Shirley on January the 5th, 2020 to the Tompkinsville Inn?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell the court why you were there?
Yes. So I had obtained a search warrant for the Tompkinsville Inn, room number 9 on January the 5th. Myself, Sergeant Shirley, and Officer Welch conducted that search warrant. Upon contact, we made contact with 2 occupants in the room. One of the occupants was identified as Jared Lawson. Whenever we conducted the search, I found 17.2 grams of suspected methamphetamine in the bathtub where Lawson was seen coming out upon entry to the residence. Also found was some THC wax, syringes with suspected meth in those, and some drug paraphernalia. The other subject and Lawson were read their Miranda rights, and both volunteered to waive their rights and speak with officers further. Lawson claimed ownership and provided a written statement for all the contraband that was found throughout the search. And then he was transported to the police department without further incident from there.
Okay. If you recall, you remember what the basis of the search warrant was, the affidavit, the reason y'all were going to that room?
Yes, I made a traffic stop on a vehicle prior to obtaining the search warrant. The female stated she had just left that room and said she had seen some meth and large amounts of cash and other drugs in the room. She was willing to provide a written statement, in which I obtained, and then I called assistant attorney Anne-Marie Gordon, and she provided a search warrant, and then that's when the search warrant was executed.
Okay, thank you. I have no more questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Spears, is this your client here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Officer Ford, did the other party or the other party that was found in the room, did they make any statements?
Statements in related to what, sir?
Related to the drugs? Did they make any statements related to, or was it all, or I guess, did they make any statements related to the drugs, or was Mr. Lawson the only one that made any statements?
Mr. Lawson was the one who made the statements about the drugs. The female subject, she denied ownership of anything, acted like she didn't know anything about any of the narcotics that were found.
Okay. Do you know who the room was checked out to?
It was checked out to Lawson.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
No redirect, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. You have any argument, Mr. Spears?
Your Honor, this, given the evidence, I will admit there is strong evidence for revocation. However, Mr. Lawson has made it clear to me when I've spoken to him in recent days that while he did go to long-term treatment before, he needs far more intensive long-term treatment than he originally got with the first time. So I would ask, in lieu of revocation, that he be given another chance at more intensive long-term rehab set up by RASW, to where maybe he can break this cycle of drug use that he seems to be having issues with. Because I noticed in the supervision report he did also test positive for methamphetamine. I believe that it'd be more beneficial to him in the long run, instead of placing him in jail for years, to where once he got out, he would potentially return to that vicious cycle. Hopefully, by going to treatment, break that vicious cycle, and once cleared of that, can return to a normal life. So I'd ask for a sanction and for him to have another shot at long-term treatment.
Mr. Collins, turn your camera off if you're not involved in the hearing. Okay, thank you. Mr. Stockton.
Your Honor, I remember when I first took this job that if anybody was drug trafficking, they either went to prison or went to trial. That may be a policy I returned to. Mr. Lawson, I think, was given a big break. He was drug trafficking. He served 180 days in jail, already went to long-term treatment. Now he's on probation. He continues to traffic in meth, had a substantial amount of meth, and he got caught while he was on probation. I don't think there's any alternative but to him be revoked, and that would be the alternative I would suggest.
Well, if, I've heard the evidence in this case, and Mr. Lawson, if you'd had a dirty P test or if you'd had something like that, it'd be a little different, but it appears from the statement that you gave and what the officer found out there that you were set up for business at the Tompkinsville Inn. And that goes a little bit more than addiction. I don't have any doubt that you have an addiction, and I do hope that you get treatment where you go. So I'm going to revoke. we'll handle the other case. When's the other case? Has there been an indictment in the other?
No, Your Honor, when we have a grand jury, it'll be,
Well, do you want to present that at some time to Mr. Spears?
yeah, and if he wants to contact me and do an information indictment and do a plea to wrap everything up, I'd be glad to consider it.
You know, I'm sure that would be in Mr. Lawson's best interest to wrap those up so he won't have that hanging over him. That he can probably roll those in together with whatever you want to do additionally on this new charge. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, who's the next person that Officer Ford is involved in it with?
Matthew Prophet, Your Honor.
Okay. Commonwealth versus Matthew Prophet. Commonwealth versus Matthew R. Prophet, 19 CR 0085. Are you Matthew Prophet?
Yes.
Okay, this is, what's your year of birth is 2000, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Last four digits of your social security number is 4535, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Stockton, it appears that you're on revoke of pretrial diversion in this case.
That's correct, Your Honor. Mr. Prophet has a 3-year sentence, possession of controlled substance, pretrial diverted for 5 years. And the diversion was granted August 15th, 2019. And I'll call Mr. Ford, and I'd also like to call Mr. Collins in this case too.
Okay, Officer Ford, will you raise your right hand, please? You swear the testimony that you're about to give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, identify yourself and with whom you're employed.
I'm Officer Cody Ford. I'm employed with the Thomasville Police Department.
Okay, proceed, Mr. Stockton.
Officer Ford, last fall, are you acquainted with the defendant Matthew Prophet?
Yes, sir.
Last fall on October the 14th, 2020, was he arrested by yourself or any other officers?
Yes, sir.
Did you tell the court what happened?
Yes. So on October the 14th, I observed a gray car in the car wash parking lot at Tompkinsville. I had prior knowledge that the operator had a suspended license. I observed the vehicle attempt to pull out on the main street, and I'm assuming whenever it seen my unit, it backed up back into the car wash parking lot. Before I could make contact with the vehicle, I seen a female subject exit the passenger side of the vehicle. And when I made contact with her, I noticed that Matthew Prophet was sitting in the passenger seat. So it appeared that he had swapped seats before I could make contact with him.
Okay.
Prophet had a suspended license, so he was arrested for that. He went on to state that he was in fact driving and he had swapped seats. After he was arrested, vehicle search was conducted, and we found a box on the dash in front of the driver steering wheel. The box had 10.9 grams of marijuana, some black scales, and the box was there as well. He also had 6 $20 bills, 4 $10 bills, and a $50 bill in his front pocket for a total of $210. Prophet stated that the marijuana and the scales were his, and he also provided a written statement. The vehicle was impounded, and Prophet was arrested without further incident.
Did Mr. Prophet make any statements that whether the marijuana was for his own use or that he was actually selling the marijuana?
He didn't say.
Okay. I think that's all I have, Your Honor, for this witness.
Mr. Spears, you want
Your Honor, I have no questions for this witness.
Okay.
to, Mr. Stockton, you want to make a statement?
I'd like to call Mr. Collins also for some other violations.
Okay, Mr. Collins. Can Officer Ford be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may be excused, Officer Ford. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. You too.
Yeah. You raise your hand, officer.
Yes,
Okay, you swear the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, state your name and who you.
Chase Collins, and I'm with Probation and Parole, Department of Corrections.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Collins, have you been supervising Mr. Ford's Mr. Prophet's diversion?
I have since 8/16 of 2019.
Okay. Did he have any violations around the time he was arrested on October the 14th, 2020?
He did.
And what were those?
He signed an admission form for the use of methamphetamine around 10/14/20. and also signed an admission form for the use of marijuana on 10/15/20. We set him up with a social service clinician, and he was currently in the SAP IOP program.
Okay. Is he still in the SAP IOP program?
No, when he went to jail, they terminated him from that program.
Okay. Now, after he was arrested in October of last year, did he have any further violations under your care?
He did on 12/15/20. He admitted to me again at the office that he had used the methamphetamine on or about 1.5 weeks earlier, and also had used methamphetamine or marijuana around the same time.
Okay. And he had any other further arrests?
Just the on 12/12/20, he was just cited for 15. Well, I guess he was arrested for 15 miles an hour over the limit and operating on suspended operator's license.
Okay. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Let me ask a question. You said that when he was taken to jail, he was released from SAP IOP. Which time he went to jail are you talking about?
On 12/15, I brought him into the office to drug test him after I had been notified.
That's the most recent
Yes.
thing. He's been in jail since then. Okay, I got it now. Mr. Spears, would you like to inquire?
Yes. Officer Collins, prior to, so for about the year prior to, before the first arrest, did you have any issues with Mr. Prophet?
No, none at all.
So it was only after the arrest in October of last year is when these problems started going.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
Do you have any other witnesses, Mr. Stockton? Would you
No,
like
Your
to make a
Honor.
statement?
No.
You want to make a statement, Mr. Stockton?
I will, Your Honor. I'd ask at this point in time that his diversion be revoked. I don't know as to yet what kind of plan I want for him, if I would agree to probation or drug court or something of that nature. But I think at this point in time, his diversion needs to be revoked and stay in jail till sentencing.
Mr. Spears?
Your Honor, I would just ask that in lieu of revoking him, that he be placed on still given a sanction, remain on pretrial diversion with conditions that he re-enter some sort of treatment, either through probation and parole, or we can set it up through RASW.
Well, he's going to have opportunity at sentencing and you will at sentencing to have an opportunity to talk about treatment. But he's just so grossly ignored the terms of his pretrial diversion that I don't think I have any option but to revoke his pretrial diversion and scheduling for have a order of pre-sentence investigation report to be done by probation and parole and schedule a sentencing on March the 18th. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Now, do you have any other officers waiting?
I've got Officer Ricky Shirley on, and we've done 2 of the cases with Mr. Ford, and I'm trying to remember if he's on any other case. Yeah, I think he's on, are you on the Jackie Short case, Officer Shirley?
No, sir. Jared Ford and I believe it's David Bridges.
That's correct, David Bridges.
So you don't need Officer Shirley?
Forward any longer. I've got Officer Shirley lined up for David Bridges, Your Honor. That's a motion to revoke.
Okay, so you want to call that case now?
Yes, Your Honor, if I could.
Commonwealth Kentucky versus Bridges. Commonwealth Kentucky versus David Michael Bridges. Are you David Michael Bridge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is 18 CR 00120. What's the year of your birth, Mr. Bridges?
5/30/70.
And the last 4 digits of your social security number?
6243.
Okay, Mr. Stockton, do you have a witness that you would like to call?
I would, Your Honor. I'd like to call Officer Shirley, Ricky Shirley.
Okay, officer, would you raise your right hand? You swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, proceed, Mr. Stockton.
This guy needs the citation, not his fault.
Which one, Bridges?
David Bridges. Officer Shirley, have you had any contact with Mr. David Bridges over the last few months?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell the court, was he arrested on January the 8th, 2021?
Yes, sir, he was.
Can you tell the court what happened, sir?
Yes, sir. I conducted a traffic stop on a Nissan pickup truck for operating with no tail lamps. Upon contact, I made contact with the operator, which I was identified as David Bridges. Throughout the course of the traffic stop, I deployed my police K-9 for a free air sniff around the vehicle. The K-9 gave a conditional response to the odor of narcotics. Vehicle search was conducted. Located on Mr. Bridges' person was 2 clear baggies containing a white crystal-like substance believed to be methamphetamine, several black, unopened, unused baggies. A set of digital scales was located inside the vehicle, and several syringes, in which one had a clear liquid within it.
Now, was Mr. Bridges was he charged with any traffic offenses?
Yes, sir, he was. He was operating a vehicle that had a registration plate that was registered to a different vehicle. Upon verification of the vehicle identification number, that vehicle was identified to be title only. So he was charged with those traffic offenses, as well as operating with no tail lamps, and he was also believed to be under the influence, which point he was arrested for that as well.
Was he tested under the influence, or how was it determined that he was under the influence?
Yes, I've done standard field sobriety tests, which point out he was believed to be under the influence. And without looking at my citation right now, I believe Mr. Bridges admitted to consuming methamphetamine as well.
You got in your citation that he actually said that I'm going to be dirty. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir, he did.
Okay. And all the evidence has been sent to the lab for analysis, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Spears, would you like to inquire?
Yes. Officer Shirley, was Mr. Bridges the only one in the vehicle at the time?
No, sir, it was not.
There was someone else in the vehicle?
Yes, he had a female passenger.
All right. Were you able to determine who the owner of the vehicle was? Was it Mr. Bridges?
Mr. Bridges, I did not, I didn't locate the owner. Mr. Bridges stated the reason he was operating that vehicle is he was test driving it to try to buy it. The registered owner came back to a subject out of Glasgow.
Okay. Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Mr. Stockton?
No further questions of this witness.
Can the officer be released?
Yes.
Sir, you may be released. Thank you for appearing.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Mr. Stockton, would you like to make your argument?
I would, Your Honor. If you recall, Mr. Bridges is the gentleman that spent probably 150 days in jail last year because he had a pending DUI. He pled guilty to that DUI, and the court released him on a sanction. So since he got out of that sanction, he's been arrested on a new DUI. He's been arrested on a case where he was driving on a DUI suspended license, and he's got drugs in his vehicle. He's got a 3-year sentence on a possession of controlled substance. He's already got 221 days total custody credit on this 3-year sentence. So I'm asking that the court go ahead and revoke his probation at this time.
Mr. Spears?
Your Honor, I would ask in lieu of revocation that Mr. Bridges be given a sanction and be sent to long-term treatment set up through our ASW. When I spoke to Mr. Bridges the other day, he indicated to me that he feels like he needs the long-term intensive treatment to get the tools he needs to break this cycle of drug use and DUIs that he's been facing over the last year or so. So I would ask in lieu of revocation that he be given a sanction, placed back on probation with the caveat.
Talking about like 6-month treatment or something like that?
Yes, 6-month long-term
Stockton,
treatment.
you wouldn't object to a 6-month treatment where you couldn't leave, would you?
Well, the problem I've got, Your Honor, is he's got this new felony pending. If he wanted to make some arrangements where he's revoked on this charge, because he's going to serve out or get paroled on it in no time.
Well, that's the reason, that's the reason I thought that maybe if he did a 6-month treatment thing that,
And I would be inclined to do that, and I can see where the court's going with it, but he's got new charges that I'm still going to have to deal with. And I'm going to have to deal with felony traffic charges and him in treatment already. Now, he may go to treatment on this subsequent charge if we work something out, if he wants to, but I just can't see leaving that pending.
what is this charge that they got? They had,
Well, he's charged with trafficking because he had the baggies and the digital scales with the meth plus the DUI. So he's got a new felony he's not even been indicted on yet. So we might do some kind of information indictment and do some kind of long-term treatment on that if they want to negotiate on it. But I don't really want to do it on this case.
Mr. Spears, how do you feel like the information?
I'm willing to negotiate with Mr. Stockton see if we can work something out.
Well, Mr. Stockton, it's my opinion that if I revoke him, I lose any ability to do anything else on this charge.
Well, that's incorrect. You can always show him up to 6 months.
Let me finish.
Okay,
Okay, until we get to the point of the shock probation.
that's correct.
Yeah. And
So it's going to be 30 days.
Yeah, I don't think he might be there when we get to shock probation.
He may not.
You see what I'm saying with the corrections cabinet?
Well, if you want to have him assessed, if they can get him in long-term treatment, we'll go from there.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. If they let him out on that, he becomes a state prisoner again. And if he he becomes a local prisoner again, and I don't know how long we'd have to hold him.
I see where you're going.
These things are so out of context of what we usually do because of this COVID thing,
Well, if you want to send him long-term treatment, I'll just keep this other case in my back pocket and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think that would probably be, and you might even reach an agreement after a while when he's there, and we can bring him back and sentence him on this. And if he comes out, he knows he's got this thing over him.
Well, I think if he goes to long-term treatment and completes it, that's going to have a lot of bearing on what I do on this other case.
Yeah. Well, did you hear that, Mr. Bridges?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm going to sanction him here, and I want to get him into a long-term treatment. I want it to be at least 6 months. I want it to be where he can't leave the place. If he leaves it, he's going to be in the order that we have that he'll be absconding or escaping if he does that. And this will not be good time. Okay. It will not be good time. So, your future, Mr. Bridges, is in your own hands. You heard the Commonwealth attorney say that he's going to keep this other charge in his pocket, but you very well could be prosecuted. And would he be eligible for being prosecuted? He wouldn't be a persistent felony offender because this is a.
No, he would be a persistent felony offender.
So you got that out there too, Okay, we'll enter the order and we'll get you transported as soon as we can. But Mr. Bridges, you're right on the edge of some serious things here. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Your Honor, will EPA be getting treatment?
Do what?
Will Joshua, will you be getting treatment for Mr. Bridges?
I'll have Bethany evaluating this week.
Okay. All right.
I just want to approve that facility because I've had some problems in Clinton County on some of the facilities DPA's lined up.
Okay, I'll have Bethany send them to you.
I agree with that, and it must be a facility that will agree that if he leaves, to immediately report him. And
all right, I'll let Bethany know.
And if he leaves, he needs to report to the Barron County Jail. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Stockton, you want to go back to the beginning of the docket, or do you have somebody else? I see Johnny Bell on here. Does he have, Mr. Bell, how many cases do you have?
He's got 2 cases, and one of his cases involves a state trooper, so we could do those, it'd be fine.
We've got 3, Judge.
Okay.
Jackson.
Business is booming, Mr. Bell. So,
Also, Judge,
Yeah.
we have a Dare County jail on and we only have 1 defendant there.
okay, let's, what is that defendant?
Contessa Gore.
I don't care to wait, Judge.
Okay, Contessa Gore then.
That's right. I've got Jared Ford too. It's hard for me to keep up with all of them. You know,
Your Honor, they're bringing her in. She should be just a second.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
And Judge, while we're waiting on her, I'm sure the court's aware, but Ms. Gore has Cumberland Circuit hold. She has a Cumberland District hold, and she's no longer being held by her Barron District hold. It was made unsecured.
Okay.
Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Contessa M. Gore, 20 CR 0051. You are Contessa Gore.
Yes.
Your year of birth is 1996.
Yes.
Last 4 digits, social security number is 0494. Okay. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, we're here on an arraignment today. You have the right to remain silent. You're represented by Mr. Barry. Is that correct, Mr. Barry? Or
I don't know if we've ever been appointed on her or not, Judge.
Mr. Spears, is it
We
your
were in
case?
district court, Your Honor. We were in district court, Your Honor.
Okay. The grand jury, I'll continue that appointment. The grand jury county has returned an indictment charging you with criminal possession of forged instrument, 5 counts, and being a persistent felony offender, 5 counts. Do you understand those charges?
Yes.
Mr. Spears, do you acknowledge the receipt of the indictment, the identity of your client, waive formal reading and arraignment, enter a plea of not guilty, reserving all pretrial motions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll sign a reciprocal discovery order in this case, and the discovery will be sent to your attorney, Mr. Spears, Ms. Gore. We will come back in your case for a pretrial on March the 18th. I don't see reason before then. Do you, Mr. Stockton?
No, Your Honor.
Because the circumstances, Ms. Gore, because of this COVID thing, we can't set trials right now. So it'll be a little while, but maybe by March 18th, we can get your trial date set. Okay, thank you very much. And is that everybody we have in the Adair County Jail?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, thank you all for your cooperation up there, and you may be excused. Okay, now let's go back to Mr. Bell's clients.
Yeah. Can we take LaDonna Rich first? Because I've got Trooper Shirley
Okay.
standing by if he needs to testify.
Okay.
And I do have a motion on her, Your Honor, when it pleases the court.
Okay, let's get her in front of the camera first. Commonwealth of Kentucky versus LaDonna N. Rich, 18 CR 00011. Are you LaDonna Rich?
Yes, sir.
Were you born in 1986?
Yes, sir.
Last 4 digits of your social security number, please.
984.
Okay.
Your Honor, she's on for a motion to revoke. She has a 8-year sentence on 2 circuit court cases from Monroe Circuit Court, 7 years on burglary and theft, and 1 year on the other case on possession. She had she served 240 days, then went into the Monroe County Drug Court. She graduated However, I don't know how she graduated because she still owed $7,100 in restitution when she did graduate. Then she got a new misdemeanor arrest for DUI on 12/13/20, and that's the reason I've got Trooper Shirley subpoenaed.
Yeah, Mr. Bell, you said you had a motion on this?
Yes, Your Honor, if it pleases the court. I spoke with Mr. Stockton yesterday about this case. I was retained last week. We had tried to work something out. I believe that Mr. Stockton would be more available and more willing to discuss some type of resolution if we were able to address the restitution in the case. It was going to be my motion to continue this maybe to the Cumberland County hearing or whenever the court wants to put it on in a week or two or whatever. Let me talk to.
I'm not understanding what you're saying. You lost me somewhere.
Miss Rich owes $70.
What is your motion?
To continue the hearing until we can find out if we can come up with restitution to pay that to help aid in resolving the case without her being revoked.
Who's the restitution owed to, Mr. Stockton?
Ralph Thomas, Your Honor.
Yeah. So how do you feel about this? Would you be willing to continue it a month?
I don't mind continuing it a month because Mr. Bell just got in the case. I think it's a substantial amount of restitution. If she did pay that, we might work out something to address her problems rather than revocation, but she does have a pending DUI and she's got a lot of time in. So if she can't, I'm willing to go forward. I hate Mr. Trooper Shirley's been here all this time for this, but I don't mind giving him Mr. Bell a month to prepare for it if that's all right, Trooper Shirley, Mr. Collins.
Well, if it gets resolved, Trooper Shirley won't have to come back next time.
That's correct. We might agree on some type of sanction.
But I see he's in the luxurious comfort of his trooper car there. So
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We'll continue this case to February the 18th and recognize Officer Shirley to be on call for that day. Just put it on your calendar. And if you'll notify him beforehand, gentlemen, if it's resolved, so he won't be encumbered in doing the rest of his duties. Okay.
We will, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, officer. You are excused.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
I've got Timmy Jackson on the final sentencing, Your Honor, I believe.
Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Timothy D. Jackson. Are you Timothy D. Jackson?
Yes, sir.
This is 20 CR 00027. We're here today for sentencing. Is your year of birth 1984?
Yes, sir.
And last four digits of your social security number 9460?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you had an opportunity to look at the pre-sentence investigation report done by probation and parole?
Yes, sir.
Is it substantially correct?
Yes.
Mr. Bell, is there any reason this gentleman should not be sentenced today?
No, Your Honor.
Upon a plea of guilty, of burglary first degree and theft and lawful taking of over $500 in 20 CR 0027, you shall receive a sentence of 1 year on each charge to run concurrently for 1 year to serve. Upon a plea of guilty to fleeing and evading police first degree motor vehicle in 20 CR 0088, you shall receive a sentence of 2 years to serve. The sentences in 0027 and 0098 shall run consecutively, however, for 3 years. The 3-year sentences in 27 and 88 are to run consecutively to Monroe County cases 17 CR 0079 and 13 CR 0057 consecutively to those, and you shall receive credit for time served. You shall stipulate the violation of probation in 17 CR 0079 And what are the court costs in this case?
$185.
Court costs are $185. You start paying that $30 a month upon your release. Okay?
Yes, sir.
That concludes that situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What's your other case, Mr. Bell?
Albine Rocha, Your Honor.
Okay, Albine Roach. Commonwealth Kentucky versus Albine Roche Jr., 18 CR 00206. Are you Albine Roche Jr.?
Yes, sir.
Were you born in 1989?
Yes, sir.
Last four digits of your social security number are 3240. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Stockton, would you like
Your Honor,
to?
this case was continued. I think the court set aside the plea. Mr. Roca has two cases. He has one wanton endangerment case, pretrial conference, and he has a motion to revoke on a possession case.
206 is a revocation, and 00057 is the one we're here for a pretrial conference.
I think, Mr. Bell, it's fair to say we've not reached an agreement on the case. We've not had any discussions as far as additional prison time. Mr. Bell, I think, and I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, wanted to take one last request at you before we do anything else in this case.
Yes, Your Honor. I had spoken to some individuals, and I know that probation and parole has come and talked to Mr. Rocha. I had him to fill out some paperwork and things for a long-term treatment facility. It's something that I believe we could get him into straight from jail. And my concern is, Your Honor, he did sign a 5-year plea. And, you know, my concern is, Judge, if he doesn't get some type of long-term treatment and get the tools to deal with his addiction problem, I'm afraid, Your Honor, it will cost him his life. To be quite honest, I'm not afraid of it. It's a definite. There's going to be a time in the future that Narcan or anything else is not going to be available to revive Mr. Rocha. He's a young man. He's got family support. His brother is doing absolutely the best right now. And I believe the only thing between Mr. Rocha being an upstanding citizen and doing the things that we would all like to see him do is an addiction problem, an illness that he has. And I would like to request the court again to consider allowing him to go to long-term treatment and completing that prior to making.
Well, didn't we have some gun involvement here?
Well, there was that allegation on the first case, but that was all resolved on the first case. And
well, now this is on 0057. We got 4 counts of wanton endangerment, first degree. What are those cases, Mr. Stockton?
Those are cases, Your Honor, where Mr. Rocha allegedly shot a gun into the side of a house.
Yeah, I mean, how have they been resolved?
Well, we resolved them with a plea, and that was set aside. The reason I entered into the plea is you've got a 5-year sentence. If, for instance, Mr. Rocha got 20 years, if he's convicted and got 20 years, or he gets 10 or 15 or 5, under this statute, he's got about a year in on home incarceration that he's going to get credit for. So it put me in a bind trying to negotiate the case out. So if he goes to long-term treatment, if the court reinstated the plea and went as a condition, go to long-term treatment, we'd know he'd go to long-term treatment. If we try the case, he may not be convicted. If he is convicted, then he's going to get credit for all this time. So this statute has just put the Commonwealth attorney in a box. And I'll
Which
do whatever.
statute are you talking about?
Where you get this credit for all this home incarceration.
Okay. I didn't know what you referred to.
And, you know, and I think that's something the legislature should look at. I don't think you should be getting credit for home incarceration on murder cases and violent offenses, but I'm just not on that pay scale, but that's the box it's put me in. But and he does need treatment because I'm
What is 00260?
That is a pretrial diversion from a possession case about 2 years ago, 3-year sentence.
And on the wanton endangerment case, the verdict that we set aside, And what kind of sentence?
I think it was like 10 or 11 months. It was 5 years, 10 or 11 months. He already had his time in. So, that's the most I could give him on a split sentence.
5 years, served 9 months.
9 months, yeah. So the only way we could do it is add a condition to him complete long-term treatment as part of his probation. We could do that if we reinstated that plea, or we could just start at scratch and come up with a new plea or go to trial. But all I'm saying is if we go to trial and he gets convicted, he's going to have a lot of time in.
Well, I'm inclined to revoke him on 18 CR 00206 and let y'all work on 0057 a little bit. The long-term treatment option seems viable. But if I do revoke him today, like I say, I lose control of him because I'm revoking his shock probation and I can't have another swipe at him.
No, I think it's just you'd be revoking a pretrial diversion, Your Honor.
It says on the docket, revoke shock probation. So
I don't think that's correct. I may be wrong about it.
Okay, well.
It's a pre-child diversion.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's on, well, okay, that makes it easier.
Yes.
So I will revoke the pretrial diversion and order a pre-sentence investigation report done by probation and parole. We'll come back on February 18th, and Mr. Bell, maybe you and Mr. Stockton can work out something on this other case, and when we do the sentencing, we'll take that into consideration, what you're talking about, okay?
Yes, sir, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. And you have another case, or?
No, sir, that concludes my business, Judge.
Have a great day.
You do the same, Judge. Thank you.
Okay.
Judge.
Okay. Now, do we have any other attorneys waiting online here besides the Office of Public Advocacy? Not, we'll go back to the beginning of the docket. And Commonwealth versus Brian Douglas Cook.
Can you have Amber to get Ricky Shirley back online for Jared Ford?
Commonwealth versus Brian Douglas Cook, 20 CR 0058. We're here today for the purpose of arraignment. Are you Brian Douglas Cook?
Yes.
Were you born in 1972?
74.
74. Okay, we need to make a correction on the docket entry there. 74. And what are the last 4 digits of your social security number?
7126.
Okay, you're here today for the purpose of arraignment. You're represented by the Office of Public Advocacy. You have the right to remain silent. Okay, they'll be in contact to answer any questions you have about this. The grand jury of Monroe County has returned an indictment, Mr. Cook, charging you with possession of a controlled substance, first degree methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, and public intoxication under controlled substances. You understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Berry, are you handling this case?
I will, Judge.
Okay. Do you acknowledge the identity of Mr. Cook, receive the indictment, waive formal reading and arraignment, enter a plea of not guilty, reserving all pretrial motions?
I do, Judge.
Okay. We're going to have a reciprocal discovery order done, Mr. Cook, to have your attorney send all the evidence that Commonwealth has to help you prepare for your defense. What is Mr. Cook's, we'll have Mr. Cook a pretrial on February the 18th. What is his bond condition?
Right now, he is set at a no bond. He was out on a administrative release, ROR, and he was arrested in Barron County for reckless driving, DUI, second offense, and possession open alcohol beverage container. Upon pretrial seeing that, they contacted you and asked if you wanted to revoke his bond, in which you did. We did a no bond. And he is a moderate 5 for failure to appear, moderate 6 for probability to reoffend.
Okay, Mr. Berry, if you want a bond reduction, you can set a motion to be heard on February 18th. Mr. Cook, you're entitled to one bond reduction motion, and it's not fair to you to have it today without getting to talk to your attorney beforehand. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So we'll do that on the 18th. Thank you very much. Commonwealth versus Jared Ford.
You tell Amber about getting Ricky back on there.
Commonwealth versus Jared Ford, 17 CR 00077. Are you Jared Ford?
Yes.
Is your year of birth 1992?
Yes, sir.
Last four digits, your social security number 5651.
Yes, sir.
We're here today on a motion to revoke probation. What does the Commonwealth have to say?
Your Honor, we need to pass him a few minutes. I'm trying to get Officer Ricky Shirley back on the line. I think I inadvertently excused him a while ago. He's in Frankfurt, so if we could go to another case and come back to him.
Okay, if you'll step aside there just for a minute, Mr. Ford. Are they willing to stipulate what happened, maybe?
I don't know. It's
Ask, do what?
it's a new assault case is what Officer Shirley would be testifying about.
We'd like to have the hearing, Your Honor.
Okay. Commonwealth versus Gary Gerald.
Mhm. Motion to revoke. It's the rest of the docket's motions to revoke.
There's Officer Shirley back on there.
Okay, we can maybe do that one next after this one. That's all right.
Yeah.
Whichever one you want to do.
Officer Shirley, we got one little case here and then we'll go back to your case, okay? Commonwealth versus Gary Gerald. Are you Gary Gerald?
Yes, sir.
You born in 1976?
Yes, sir.
Last four digits, social security number 9323.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Stockton, we're here today on a motion to revoke shock probation. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Mr. Gerals initially pled guilty and was final sentenced on January 18th, 2018, and on a 3-year sentence, possession of controlled substance. He was referred to drug court. He was terminated from drug court on 10/12 of 19 because he had 5 positive drug tests and been arrested for possession in Metcalfe County. He was shock probated on 2/20 of 20, so February 20th of 2020. On 8/2/20, he was had meth, adulterated drug screen. In lieu of revocation, he was sent to long-term treatment. And I'd like for Mr. Collins to pick up from there.
As you raise your right hand, you swear the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Stockton?
Yeah, Mr. Collins, did Mr. Gerals have a positive test or admission around August of 2020?
He did.
And could you tell the court what happened?
Okay. Mr. Gerald's, we released him to attend the men's addiction recovery campus in Bowling Green. He went, and on 10/21, he actually entered. And on 11/13, he was discharged from the program. And circumstances above discharge, on November 13th, 2020, at approximately 7:30 a.m., Mr. Gerald was administered a random drug screen after another client admitted to using Suboxone in the building. Mr. Gerald was previously on consequences for smoking when clients were not to be outside. Clients have certain hours they're able to smoke, and then it said rules for failing his drug screen for Suboxone. Mr. Gerald's attitude and behavior were not conducive to recovery at this point, and he decided to leave the program on his own accord. I spoke with his mother, and she hadn't spoke with him either once he left.
So did you have to get an arrest warrant, or did he report after he left?
I did. At that time, we issued an absconding warrant for Mr. Gerald. Looked like he was picked up on the 12th of January.
Okay. Now, one thing, so we won't get confused here, Mr. Collins.
Yes.
He went to the Men's Addiction Recovery Center on 10/21. Now, prior to that, did he go to the Men's Healing Place on 9/1/20?
Yes, he did. Yes.
Okay. And did he complete that treatment?
No, he actually left that treatment as well.
Okay. Was he discharged for drug use?
I'll have to look. I'm sorry. Let me pull it up. Sorry. Bear with me. It looks like here, fair to complete treatment. On 9/21, he was discharged due to drug use. The discharge summary was He admitted to using on the property. Remain at detox at Men's Healing Place until another bed can be found. Client was in the program for 20 days before his discharge. And he also admitting the use of the methamphetamine as well.
Okay, so he's been to 2 rehabs, didn't complete, and also didn't report after he was discharged the last time.
Yes.
Okay, now he has a total custody credit of 146 days at this time. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, Your Honor, that's all.
Mr. Spears?
Officer Collins, after you got the arrest warrant in November, did you attempt to make any more contact with Mr. Gerald's or talk to his mother or anyone close to him?
Yeah, I spoke with his mother. She actually called me and stated that he'd been, or actually I called her and asked her if she was aware that Gary had been discharged from the program. She said she was. She stated to me that he had called her, told her he had been discharged, but was not coming home and he was fine. And he was going to take care of himself and he would not tell her where he was. And that was that at that time, that's when I got the absconding warrant for him concealing his whereabouts.
Okay. Do you know if he went to any other treatment or sober living facility on his own?
Well, I didn't have any contact with him, so not to my knowledge, no.
Okay, so he didn't receive anything from any type of facility or anything related to?
I have not, no.
All right. No further questions, Your Honor.
No redirect, Your Honor.
Mr. Stockton, you want to make a statement?
Your Honor, I'd ask that Mr. Gerald's revocation, that he be revoked. We've tried drug court. We've tried rehab twice. He didn't report when he got out. I think at this point in time, he just needs to go fulfill his obligation to the Department of Corrections.
Got a 3-year sentence.
Yeah, he's already eligible for parole. I mean,
Mr. Spears?
Your Honor, I'd like to have Mr. Gerald testify if I can.
Okay. Mr. Gerald, you want to raise your right hand? Swear a testimony about to give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
You may proceed, Mr. Spears.
Mr. Gerald, can you explain to the court what happened, why you left the last rehab facility that you were put in by probation and parole?
Yes, because of the COVID-19, they was putting people in rooms beside me, in front of me, and in the same room with me. I was not given no drug test.
Okay. Once you left that facility, did you attempt to make contact with Officer Collins?
Not that day. I did not. No, it was.
Did you in subsequent days?
Yes, I tried like 4 or 5 times.
Okay. Were you able to ever get in contact with him?
No, I left him like 3 or 4 messages.
Okay. Where did you go after this? After you left the recovery center?
Second Chance Ministries and Recovery Center in Louisville.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
no questions.
Okay.
Your Honor, in terms of an argument from my end, I would ask that I realize that, we've been here several times in his case and he's had several, there's been issues. However, he feels, after discussing it with him, he feels like that he was making the most progress when he went to that sober living facility he just mentioned. So I'd ask a little revocation and be given a sanction, allowed to return back to that sober living facility to hopefully get his life back on track.
Yes, I'd greatly appreciate that. That's where I was doing.
Wait, you've already testified. Okay.
All right. Sorry.
No problem. Mr. Stockton.
Your Honor, I don't find his testimony about trying to contact Mr. Collins credible. As regards him going back to second chance, I think once he makes parole, he can do that. I just don't think he's amenable to probation. we've tried everything to help him and he's just not cooperated. So I just asked that he.
Well, he's probably going to get paroled about when he gets up there, and that
Yes.
provision will be less restrictive for Mr. Gerald than our programs and things that we've got. So he'll have an opportunity while he's there. If he leaves, he might not ever leave.
Yeah.
He might be more likely to be paroled than anything else. So I'm not going to add any additional sanction or anything. I'll just revoke him and let him seek some guidance. So
I've been up for parole.
okay, thank you. Thank you very much. The next case is Danielle Carr.
We do Jared Ford next, Your Honor. He's the one you called that Officer Shirley's on.
Okay. Ford, Commonwealth versus Ford. Jared Ford. Commonwealth versus Jared Ford, 17 CR 00077. Are you Gerald Ford?
Yes.
This is, were you born in 1992?
Yes, sir.
And the last four digits, your social security number 5651.
Yes, sir. Mr.
Stockton.
Your Honor, this is a motion for this is a motion to revoke shock probation. Mr. Ford was sentenced on 10/9/2017, 5 years, burglary, third, criminal mischief. He was to pay Robert Stevenson approximately $1,700 restitution, which he did. He was admitted to drug court on 2/15/2018. He was terminated on January the 16th, 2020. He had 3 positive drug tests and arrested for receiving stolen property. His probation was revoked on February 20th, 2020. He was shock probated on April the 1st, 2020. And we have filed a motion to revoke his shock probation based on new charges and also on some drug tests. I'll have Mr. Collins testify also, but I'd like to call Officer Shirley at this time.
Officer Shirley, will you raise your right hand? Swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, proceed, Mr. Stockton.
Officer Shirley, did you answer a domestic complaint on November the 27th, 2020 in Monroe County?
Yes, sir, I did.
And whose residence was that?
It was Jared Ford and his wife, Dara Ford.
Okay, and what happened when you got there?
I located Jared Ford standing in the driveway of his residence. Preliminary investigation revealed that he and his wife, Dara, had been in a physical domestic altercation. I spoke with his wife, at which point she advised that Mr. Ford had threw her into the kitchen table and then threw her into the bathroom wall, at which point he then threw her onto the bed and smacked her open hand across the face. I did locate the kitchen chairs in the kitchen area overturned. There was a hole in the bathroom wall, and she had a slightly swollen eye at this point already. So at that point, Mr. Ford, I questioned him. He advised, that those allegations were not true. However, he was taken into custody at that time.
Did you document any other injuries on her, or were those more severe afterwards, or do you know?
I believe she said that when she got through into the kitchen table, it had hurt her legs, but I didn't observe any injuries to her legs. Okay.
Did you, after you left the scene, did you have any other indications of any other crimes that may have been committed by Mr. Ford that night?
Yes, sir. The next day, I had been informed by another officer that a victim, James Brown, his grandmother had reported that James had been assaulted by Ford. It was during this altercation, but they had left the scene prior to my arrival, and I wasn't aware of the incident. Allegedly, Mr. Ford had struck the victim, James Brown, in the head with a steel pipe. James Brown had left the residence with his girlfriend and had went to the hospital by their personal vehicle. Mr. Brown was then transported to University of Louisville with a fractured skull, at which point Mr. Brown, once he was released from the University of Louisville, he came to the police department to make this complaint to me, at which point I obtained an arrest warrant from Mr. Ford for assault second.
Okay, so he's been charged with assault second on Mr. Brown. Were there any charges on him with regard to Dara Ford?
Yes, assault fourth, domestic, and I believe he was also charged with resisting arrest that night.
Okay. You didn't interview Mr. Ford about the assault with James Brown, did you?
No, sir. He was already incarcerated at that point, and I hadn't went over there to interview him.
Okay. I have no more questions of this witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Spears,
Your Honor, I have no questions for this witness.
Mr. Stockton,
I'd like to call Mr. Collins now, if I could, Your Honor.
Mr. Collins, you want to raise your right hand?
Yeah.
Swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do, Your Honor.
Can Officer Shirley be excused?
He can, Your Honor.
Thank you for coming back, Officer Shirley. You're excused.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Mr. Collins, have you been supervising Mr. Ford since he was shock probated on April 1st, 2020?
I have.
Has he been, because of COVID or anything, has he been in the office for any type of drug test?
He did. On 10/15/20, he was drug tested, confirmed positive for marijuana. He did admit to smoking marijuana on a regular basis. He was also positive for methamphetamine, but he denied any use of that substance. I did send his urine off to the lab for further investigation on that. It did come back on 10/28 positive for methamphetamine. And he met with the SSC at that time, and we had enrolled him, and he was actually active in the SAP IOP program at Life Skills in Glasgow.
Okay. Did you have any contact with him after this incident on November the 27th?
I did. I had spoken with him at the jail. He verbally admitted to me on 11/30 that he had drank 3 beers on 11/27/2020.
Did you drug test him at that time?
I did not.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Spears,
Officer Collins, did Mr. Ford indicate to you when you spoke to him last about possibly going to treatment more than SAP IOP or anything of that nature?
Yeah, he did make it known that he did need help and wanted to know if he could attend a long-term treatment program at that time.
Okay. Do you think he would benefit from long-term treatment?
Objection.
Withdrawn. No further questions, Your Honor.
you have your redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. What's your argument, Mr. Stockton?
Your Honor, Mr. Ford has been in drug court. He was terminated. He was shock probated. Evidently, he was able to function for a little while on shock probation. Then he got into domestic with his wife. He injured her. Then the people trying to intervene on her behalf, he assaulted that person. He was positive for meth prior to this incident occurring, so we know he was back on meth. And then he admitted to using alcohol the night of the crime, the night of the assault. I think he's a danger to himself and a danger to the community. This is not like this is his first go around with drugs and alcohol. He's continued to use. And at this point, it's escalated to the fact he's probably going to be facing either an assault second or an assault first degree, because I've still got the medical records back yet. If this gentleman's got a fractured skull and he used a steel pipe on him, he's looking at a PFO and an assault first. So things are starting to get real serious real quick.
Spears.
Your Honor, Mr. Ford and I both understand the pending charges are very serious. I would ask in lieu of revocation that he be given a sanction and be allowed to go to long-term treatment. Officer Collins testified that Mr. Ford indicated to him that he wanted to go to long-term treatment. The testimony also was that, Mr. Ford told Officer Collins that he drank 3 beers the night of the assaults. I feel like that, his drug and alcohol issue is a main factor in these new charges. So I would ask that he be given a sanction in lieu of revocation and be allowed to go to long-term intensive inpatient rehab.
Mr. Stockton, do you have your response to that?
I just don't believe at this time, to protect the community, he should be allowed out of custody.
Well, I do everything I can to cooperate with the Commonwealth and Defense Council and to get individuals into treatment and to let them go to drug court and shock probate them and then whatever we can to get them treatment. When it devolves into violence, when there are guns involved, or in this case, a lead pipe involved and somebody's hit and slapped around and all that sort of stuff, and then there's use of alcohol and other drugs and things, I can't tolerate that. I can't tolerate it. So I'm going to revoke him on 17 CR 0077. He'll probably be eligible for parole on that pretty soon. And then the other charges will take their natural course. Thank you very much. I guess Danielle Parr, is that right? Danielle Parr, is that how you say that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Commonwealth Attorney versus Commonwealth Kentucky versus Danielle Parr, 20 CR 0019. Are you Danielle Parr?
Yes, sir.
Were you born in 1988?
Yes.
Last four digits of social security number is 6582.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're here today on a motion to revoke probation. Mr. Stockton, what do you have?
Your Honor, this is on a wanton endangerment case, 5-year sentence. She was to enter and complete drug court. She never entered and completed drug court because Mr. Mink told me that she never had a stable address. She was living in a motel room. Then she was charged with absconding by Mr. Collins because she wasn't reporting to him. I don't know this drug court probation limbo, what was going on, but I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt. If she says she's got a stable address now, I would like for her to be assessed and actually go into drug court. If she doesn't want to do that, I want to pursue the revocation.
Who's representing her today?
This is my case, Your Honor.
Okay.
She is Miss Parr has indicated to me that she does have a stable home address. She has it with her right now. She can give
what is that address? Who's it with?
It's with my uncle, Bryson Coulter. The address is 310 Madison Street, Tompkinsville, Kentucky.
Okay, what do we have to do to get her back in good standing, Mr. Stockton? And
She needs to be assessed by Mr. Mink and voted in and oriented.
So it hadn't gotten to that point previously.
No, Your Honor. I think they had met with.
Well, I'll sign an order referring her over there if it's necessary. If it hadn't already been signed, we'll get her evaluated, and then on the 18th, when y'all meeting again for drug court?
The day at 12 o'clock.
Today?
Yes. So
Well,
if you can give us that address again, I'll tell Mr. Mink and see if that's satisfactory. We might be able to vote her in.
Okay.
It's 310 Madison Street.
Okay, we've got it.
Tompkinsville, Kentucky. Okay.
Yeah. Do you need his phone number?
Yeah, that'd be good. That way Mr. Mink may need to confirm.
It's 270-407-3315.
And what was his name?
Bryson Coulter.
Now, Ms. Parr, if you get in this thing, don't miss your opportunity. You understand what I'm saying?
I won't, sir.
Okay. Y'all go ahead and see what you get done on that today. And we'll schedule her again for February the 18th in case she doesn't get into drug court. You understand that, Mr. Stockton?
Yes.
In case she doesn't get into drug court, we'll put her on the docket. If she does get into drug court, she'll be removed from the docket. Okay. Commonwealth versus Jackie Short. Commonwealth versus Jackie Short, 18 CR 0087, and Jackie Dale Short, 18 CR 00125. I think last time we asked the indictments to be amended to call him Jackie Dale Short on both of them. Could we see if we can get that accomplished? We're on a motion to revoke on both of these cases. What does the Commonwealth have to say?
Your Honor, Mr. Short on both of those cases entered a plea to 2 years, 6 months on possession of a controlled substance. They were run consecutive for a sentence of 5 years. He was final sentenced on 10/18 of 2018. The Commonwealth filed a motion to revoke probation on February the 21st, 2019, based on a new misdemeanor DUI arrest and use of methamphetamine. The court entered an order in lieu of revocation to send him to long-term treatment. He completed that long-term treatment on August 2019. Subsequent to that time, he's had violations, and I'd ask to call Mr. Collins at this time.
Mr. Collins,
Yes, Your Honor.
would you raise your right hand? You swear the testimony back at the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Please proceed, Mr. Stockton.
Since Mr. Short completed long-term treatment in August of 2019, has he had any violations, Mr. Collins?
Yes. Yes, he has.
Could you tell the court what those are in order?
Yes. On 5, let's see. On 1/30 of 2020, he had a new misdemeanor arrest. And let me keep going here. On 5/6 of 2020, he had a use of methamphetamines. On a 9/11 2020, he had a use of marijuana. On 10/19 2020, he had another use of marijuana. And then on 11/30 of 2020, which we put him in jail, he had a new felony arrest, theft by unlawful taking, disposition auto, operating on a suspended revoked operator's license, and he was terminated from SAP IOP program.
Since he was released from treatment in August of 19, has he had any other treatments? Or probation parole, any other treatment, I should say.
The only other treatment that we've actually gave him is the SAP IOP program.
And why was he terminated from SAP IOP?
I spoke with Mr. Aaron Mann. He's the head over the SAP IOP program. He terminated him for the sheer fact of being incarcerated on these new charges. And I think they had kind of had a bumpy road, the prior month or so of him making his meetings as well. He wasn't.
That's my question. In your report, he said it was terminated for unexcused absences. Was that?
Yes, they did do that. Yes, where he was incarcerated, and prior to that as well.
Okay. So he's had long-term treatment. He's had SAP IOP. Is there any other treatment options from probation and parole?
That's all we can offer.
Okay. And that's all I have, Your Honor.
Mr. Berry, would you like to inquire?
I would just quickly. Officer, he completed his one long-term treatment that he went to, the inpatient.
He did, yes.
Okay. The SAP IOP, how long was he in that?
He started SAP IOP on 10/19 of 2020.
Okay. And they terminated him when he was in jail.
Yes, and Mr. Mann stated that the reason for termination was due to unexcused absences.
Do you know these new charges he's got? Are they still in district court, as far as you know?
Not to my knowledge. I don't know.
Okay.
Where they're at this time.
And that was back in January. He was charged on or arrested for the. Was that in January? No, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. November of 2020 was when he was arrested for that.
Yes.
Okay. That's all the questions I have for.
But what are those new charges again, officer?
Theft by unlawful taking, disposition or auto, 500 or more, but under 10,000, and operating on a suspended or revoked operator's license.
2020.
And Judge, that case, it's not been waived to the grand jury yet. He has a prelim set for the 26th.
Could I ask Ms. Fletcher what the result of the driving on DUI suspended license was, if that was ever pled or if it's been continued?
That
was around January of 2020.
Let me look real fast. I've got it right here. It was, good question. I've got him making bond on January 30th. I can pull it up. I want to think he pled guilty to it.
Judge, I can help with this. That case is still pending. We're working it out right now. That case is still pending.
Thanks, Josh.
That sounds like something David Cross would do, a year-old misdemeanor case, but.
Okay. Mr. Stockton,
Your Honor, based on the record and lack of compliance, I'd ask that he be ordered to serve his sentence.
what felony case do you have awaiting possible prosecution?
That's a theft by auto. I don't know, I don't know what, it's not been waived to the grand jury yet, so I've not seen it.
Is he a state prisoner?
No.
Well, he's being held on a revocation. Mr. Collins, can he be made a state prisoner because we're holding on a revocation?
Yes, if you hold him on revocation, we can put him in as an
I'm going to hold him on revocation. And when is the preliminary hearing going to schedule for?
It's the 26th.
Of this month?
Yes,
We'll
sir.
have him back here on, he's a state prisoner now, and we'll have him back on February 18th. And Mr. Stockton, you'll have more information about the nature of those charges. I am concerned, as you said, by the lack of general compliance. But it might be that that case could be wrapped up into this one too if we wait to the 18th. Okay, thank you very much. Joseph Strode, is that the last one?
Yes.
Joseph Strode. Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Joseph W. Strode, 20 CR 00018. Are you Joseph Strode?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're here. You born in 1991?
Yes, sir.
4 digits of social security number 7683.
Yes, sir.
We're here today on a motion to revoke pretrial diversion. Mr. Stockton, you have a witness.
I do. This is the same kind of situation as Miss Parr. He had a 3-year sentence, possession of controlled substance. He was supposed to go in and enter drug court. He never got into drug court. And he was kicked out of the Tompkinsville Inn for selling drugs. And I've got Mr. Collins to testify if we need to.
Okay.
I had spoken to Mr. Stockton about this case, trying to resolve the motion. I was under the impression he was willing to allow him to be assessed for drug court if
Well, he had the same problem. Does he have a stable address now?
Yes, sir. The people, where I'm living, they
Wait.
Yeah, if he has a stable address and Mr. Mink can get him in, we can talk about him at 12 o'clock too.
Okay, well, you want to let your client testify, Mr. Berry, on the issue only of what address he might be?
Yeah, that's fine, Judge.
Okay, raise your right hand. Mr. Strode, you swear a testimony about to give us the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell us about what suitable address you might have.
It's 310 Brown Cemetery Road, 42167.
Okay, who lives there?
Mike and Tabitha Walker.
And what relationship are they to you?
It's my childhood best friend, my brother. That's where I was living before I got incarcerated this time, or got, what you call it. I have been homeless, but I have been staying there for, it's been over a month now. And
You have a potential to get a job somewhere?
I go Social Security, but if I have to, need be, yeah, I can get out and find a job.
I don't know what to say about that. So,
I mean, I can get out and get one. Yes. I mean,
are you disabled?
Yeah, I've had ADHD ever since I was a young child, real bad.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Mr. Stockton, what do you have to say?
I'm willing to give him a try in drug court, and if he wants to, he can go to voc rehab. He could probably make more money than he draws disability. It sounds like physically he's able to work.
Well, I can get out and find a job if that's need be.
Well, I'm just saying that might be your benefit in the long run, Mr. Strode. You know, a person employed feels better about themselves. They got self-esteem. They don't worry about drugs and things. You know, a job's a great thing to have.
I've been sober for a little while.
That's good.
Okay, well, what we'll do, Mr. Strode, we won't revoke you today, and we'll let him present you to drug court today at noon. And if they let you into drug court, they'll orient you, and they'll have a group of things that you can do there. Now, I want to tell you, you need to talk to Mr. Berry, because Mr. Stockton and I think your life might be better with a job. Doesn't necessarily mean that we know what your diagnosis is. So I wouldn't want to force you into getting a job and then you lose your Social Security and not be able to do the job. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I've just got it since I was a young child.
Well, I know, and people have problems, you know, and I'm not criticizing you for having a problem, but you need to talk to an attorney. Mr. Berry might be able to talk to you about it. It might be outside of his area of expertise. It surely is mine, but you know, I'd like to see you get your life straightened back up. So they'll be in contact. If you get voted into drug court, they'll be in contact with you, do an orientation, and then you can get out and go to that address and get into drug court if you get voted in. Okay?
When will all this take place, Your Honor?
Well, they're going to vote on you today, and if you get voted in, they'll come over and do an orientation and that sort of thing. So it'll be a few days.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck to you. Is there anything else to come before the criminal docket in the Monroe Circuit Court?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. And when we come back into session, Miss Megan?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.